Welcome back friends, I am Rajdeep Acharya and today we will be discussing about classical pathway of complement system, about how classical pathway functions. Suppose it's a bacterial cell, and we know that bacterial cell surface contain epitopes. These are the epitopes. Epitopes are antigenic determinant. That means epitopes bind with antibody and elicit immune actions. That means humoral immune action. So these are the epitopes that is present on the cell surface of this bacterial cell wall, which actually act as a antigenic determinant. So these are the epitopes. Now in the first reaction, in the first step of this classical pathway, in the first step, antigen antibody complex will form. That means in the first step the antibody will come and attach with these epitopes that is present on the cell surface of this bacteria. We know that in the pictorial diagram of antibody there are two segments, FAB and FC. The FAB segment will attach with this epitopes that is present on the bacterial cell surface. So now when this antigen antibody complex will form, it will act as a opsonization tool. That means when the antibodies will cover this cell surface of this bacteria through the FAB, that means the paratopes of this antibody will attach with the epitopes of this bacterial cell wall. This will initiate opsonization reaction. That means the antibody will cover the cell surface of this bacteria. In the next step, in the second step, C1 complement protein will play the initial role. You know that C1 consists of C1q, also R, also S segment. So the C1 complement will come and attach with this antigen antibody complex. Now the C1 complement finally have come and it attach with this antigen antibody complex. It is our C1, and C1 consists of QRS segment. Now let's see what is the third reaction. The third reaction, before this third reaction I told you that C1 is consist of C1q, R and S segment. So when this attachment will happen, the S segment of this C1 complement will get activate and C1 when the C4 complement will come, due to the action of C1S segment, the C4 complement will get cleaved by the action of C1S segment. So here C4A and C4B will produce. Now just look at this. The C4B will touch here and C4A will float away. So let's draw the C4B B here. Now the C4B complement attached here and C4A float away. In the fourth reaction we will see that it is fourth reaction. C2 complement will come, and I told you that C1 complement protein has S segment which is now excited after the bonding between C1 and antigen antibody complex. So now when C2 will come, it will get cleaved by the S segment and will produce C2A and C2B. Now here look at this. In this case C2A will attach here on the cell surface of this bacteria and C2B will float away. So let's draw the C2A. So it is the C2A. Now what we have now, just look what we have now. Now we have C4B and also 2A, which actually act as C3 convertase. That means when in the fifth step, now we are talking about in the fifth step, when the C3 complement protein will come, it will get cleaved by this complex C4B2A. C3 will come and it will cleaved by the C4B2A, that means the C3 convertase enzyme, and will produce C3A and C3B. In this case the C3B will attach here and the C3A will float away. So let's draw the C3B here. It is the C3B. Now what we have, before this reaction we had C4B2A, but now we have now C4B, C2A, and also we have C3B. Now these complex C4B, C2A and C3B, this complex will act as C5 convertase. So this complex will act as C5 convertase. Here just look at this one, C5. Before it was C3. When it was C3 complement came, but now it is C5. That means in this case C5 complement will come. It is C5 complement will come and it will cleaved by this complex, I mean this C5 convertase, and will cleave into C5A and C5B. In this case C5B will attach here and C5A will float away. So let's draw the C5B here. It is the C5B. So now what we have, from the beginning. And now what we have? Now we have C. Where is the red pen? Yes. Now we have C whole B. We have C 2A, also C 3B, and also C 5B. Now we have this complex. In the next, actually it was the sixth step. After fifth, it was the sixth step. Now what will happen next? C6, C7, C8, C9 complement will come. This complement protein will come and attach with this complex. And when these complements will attach, let's draw C6, C7, C8, C9. In this case, the B segment will attach here, just like this. The segments will attach one after another. The segments will attach, and when these segments will attach, this cell, this bacterial cell leads to lytic pathway. This bacterial cell will leads to lytic pathway. In lytic pathway, pores will create on the cell of this bacterial cell surface. Pores will create in the bacterial cell surface. When the pores will create in the bacterial cell surface, the inside products of this bacterial cell will come out. That means there will osmotic disbalance will occur. Along with potential change will occur. Electric potential change will occur. That means negative and positive electric potential change will occur, and the cell will totally get disbalanced and it will die. So this is how classical pathway exert its function, and these are the steps 1, 2, 3, 4. These are the steps of classical pathway, about how classical pathway exert its function. So I hope you guys have learned something from this video, and if you guys think that it is knowledgeable, it is helpful, then please subscribe my channel and stay connected with us. Thank you so much. And this video is presented by Era of Zoology. Thank you.